Hello everyone, Donnette Beckett, Herald and Review reporter. I have roped in a few of my coworkers to help me on my next journey, which is to find a fitness tracker. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I went to the people who are with me almost every day and I could study what they do. My coworkers, please introduce yourself.
Matt Flatten, Sports Department.
I'm John Reedy, digital editor.
And I'm Claire Hedinger, a reporter.
So I talked to Matt. He has a phone that he uses
Yes.
as a tracker. And I did have one, but I didn't like it. So, but you seem to like it. So tell me just a little bit about what is the appeal to this water.
Right, I use the Google Fit app, which I have a Google phone, so it sort of comes, everything's seamless with that. It is different than the, Fitbit trackers where this actually tracks your GPS location. And so it's more accurate, I think. It can track your route, things like that. So there's sort of even a safety aspect of that. Like if you ever went missing, your phone can find where you walked, and in terms of that. So if you're going on long hikes or walks, things like that. So
the safety aspect of it, which is still very important when it comes to running out on trails. And stuff.
Sure,
okay.
Yeah. It pinpoint you down to the foot, where you are. So it'll track you. Even you can set an event where it tracks you as you walk along, or if you just sort of put it in your pocket and have the app sort of running, it'll give you an idea of how many steps you take, just like a pedometer or one of those devices. So one drawback is that, sometimes when you're on my drive to work, I don't really ever get over 20 miles an hour. So sometimes it thinks I'm on a bike. And so it sort of thinks I'm a very good bicyclist, but you can set goals for yourself. For me, it's 2 miles a day walking around, so it tells me if I failed or if I reached it rather than steps. So
Well, phone versus a watch, though. It sounds like you have a lot of the same kind of details that his phone has.
Actually, I just have a very simple Garmin watch that I got when I started running because I was interested in keeping track of my pace and my time and my distance. So it keeps track of a few of my best times, like 5Ks and 10Ks, and I can compare myself when I run. And really I just wanted to know when I was going somewhere, how far am I running and how well am I doing. There are many levels of Garmin watches. You can download the information to your computer and keep track of things like calories and how far you've gone, and it can encourage you, like his phone application does, with whether you've done what you want that day and remind you of things you need to do. This has been good for me. I have had it for about 3 years now, and it's been really nice. And also my daughter has an Apple Watch, which she uses for cross-country, and cross-country runners in high school are allowed to use watches to keep track of their pace. And it's a lot like the phone. It does all those wonderful things, and then it also it keeps track of everything she needs to when she's running as far as pace and speed and things like that. So it's really helped me set goals for myself. It keeps track of a few times, like I said. So next time I go out, if I want to try to beat a time, I know I've got it on my watch. So it's been really helpful.
And it never thinks that you're riding a bike or anything.
No, it doesn't think I'm riding a bike.
Okay.
Although, if you're riding a bike, it does the same thing. It keeps track of distance, and it's pretty accurate. And I think most race people would tell you that the watches they measure things very precisely. So the watches might be a little off as far as GPS, but otherwise, it's great, especially if you're not if you're just wanting to run to be in shape and keep general track of how you're doing. I found it to be very useful.
Now, but Claire, yours is a little more simple, should we say, or explain to me the beauty of yours.
So this is my second iteration of a fitness watch. So this is a smartwatch. So it can track my steps, it can track the time, but it can also get text messages and calls. So if I get a call I can answer it on my watch and it goes straight to my phone, which is really nice when you're in the car, so you don't have to mess around with your phone and you can just answer it and then it'll be on the speaker in the car. And it's nice too for getting text messages, just so then I don't have to always have my phone on me, because most of the time I don't have pockets, so it's hard for me to carry my phone around, especially at work or when I'm out doing things. So this one is nice because of that, and then it also keeps track of the steps as addition to that.
This is actually much cooler than mine. I don't know if
I
you
was
meant to do
thinking-
it, but you have the phone with all those things. You have my very simple Garmin, and then you have a wonderful
Exactly what I was
smartwatch here.
thinking.
Yeah.
So
Is it
then-
Apple or what is?
This is a Fossil
Oh, okay.
watch, and
Oh,
so
wow.
it's called the Q Wanderer.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it because it's purple.
I was gonna say hers is much.
My boyfriend
Prettier
got
than-
it for me for my birthday,
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, because he was all into that technology. And
Yeah.
so before I just had a really simple Garmin Vivo Fit, and
Yeah.
it was way simpler than that. And it just did your steps. It did 4 things: your steps, how far you've gone, how far you still need to go, the mileage, and then how many calories you've burned
Yeah.
through walking. So,
But that's a simple one. That's a basic. That's what I would think I would need right now. Just
but
as
I
a beginner.
almost like that better than this for some reasons because I had it for 2 years and then my mom got it. She started using it after I got this new one, and it never died ever. And like this one, you have to charge every day,
Mhm.
which is just something that's hard because that one you just went to bed, got up, it tracked your sleep, whatever. And then what I loved about that was it had a 2-hour time frame where it would turn red if you hadn't moved. So it turned red after the first hour, like you haven't gone more than 200 steps in
Did
the
it get
past
angry
hour.
at you?
Interesting.
Yeah. So then after every 15 minutes it would add, and then the whole top of your watch was just red because you haven't moved. So then it really was encouraging you
Do I
to get
want
up
that?
and go
Shut up,
walk
watch, I know.
around.
Yeah, I don't think I want that guilt trip. I can do that to
I
myself.
liked it because sometimes you just don't know. You get sucked into your computer and you're like,
Mhm.
oh, I
Forget,
haven't
yeah,
moved
yeah,
in
sure.
2 hours. So
Now,
And it doesn't buzz you or anything.
No,
yeah,
it's
it's just a little electrode. that
so you just
kinda-
like look at the time and you're like, oh,
Oh,
shoot,
shoot.
I haven't moved.
Isn't that sad to say?
Yeah.
Well, like I forgot my kids at school. It's
I haven't
forgot to
moved.
move. So that's something that we talk about in the column that will be published on Sunday. So look us up and join in the discussion. See you next time.
Keep running.
Thank you.